Well, hello there. Let me turn my fan off. There. We'll lose the ambient sound. My friends, is the light. Alright, what do we have here? This, my friends, is a game. It's a tabletop game called Lucidity. The premise of the game is, right here, you have a bag full of 80 dreams, you see? And when I pull one out of the bag, I'm sorry, I have to do that. I do this around the camera so you can see this happen here. What we have here, let me turn this around so you can see it. That is power. That is 1 power. There's also such a thing as 2 power. It'll look like that with a 2 in it. That right there is a shadow. That's what that's called. Looks like an eyeball. It's a shadow. That is exhaustion. It looks like a moon, like a toenail moon, crescent moon, and some Z's like it's sleeping. So sleeping moon. And there's another one that I need to show you that's not on that. It's on this one. There it is right there. That is a hunt. You don't want hunts. 4 hunts will end the game. Exhaustion is also bad because when you fill up with exhaustion, you must take a rest. When you fill up with exhaustion, you will lose power because what you have to do is you have to draw a random dream from the bag, and whatever color it is you have to remove that color of all that color of power from your power rows and put them back in the bag. And the way that you win is you have to get 15 power. But this is the solo mode variant. So it's a little bit different when you're playing with other people. And right now, what it's going to be is I'm going to be working against the Lord of Imprisonment. So this is my dreamer card. I am a dreamer. I believe, well, see, these will be books, and here, watch, I'm going to randomize my dice, right? So they say 1 by 1 you need to populate spooks. So randomly choosing from the bag there. Here, why don't I make this a little bit easier? I'm going to roll in that, but I'm going to move it over right now so I can get to this a little easier. All right, so it's going to take just a moment for setup. Sorry, but it's true. This is necessary. If you fight against the Lord of the Depths, which is the blue one, he has 3 rows of spooks, yet it works a little bit different. A little bit differently. Now, when you rest, you have to take 2 spooks from the bottom and put them on your card. But if you have any power of the same color of the spooks that are at the bottom that you're about to take on your card, during your dream, rolling and resolving phase, or it's just after that actually, you can spend a power to re-roll the spooks. So that's cool. But if you don't have any power of that color, that's unfortunate. You just get stuck with those spooks, which are going to either exhaust you or they will create nightmares. Now, we need to get to the nightmares. These over here are all nightmares. The nightmares begin inactive, or the game begins when the nightmares are inactive. As you get shadows, each type of shadow has a different effect, and there's a longer explanation to that in the book. But right here is a hint at what that effect is. Envy is different because it's meant to be executed with other players. So there's a variation that you have to use, and I will read it to you in a moment as soon as I finish populating spooks. Okay. And one more. Good night. Oh, and it's a red one. Red ones are high reward, high stakes. This is the book over here, but that's the back of the book. I don't know why the front of the book looks like this. It doesn't have a cover. The cover page, but there's a picture on the back of it, so that's cool. But it's like, that's the same. We can see right here that is the same page, right? Okay. I'm not going to ruin anything. All right, so that tells us what everything is. I can tell you those are nightmare cards, of course. That is also a nightmare card. The nightmare, oh, yes, okay, there it is. I'm looking at it backwards. It's over here. The Nightmare of Temptation can be either red or green, and it will replace either the red or green nightmare over here. But what that is for is really just to set up your game. When someone has played it enough, when you're playing against other people, and you've played it enough, and someone has played it enough to know, how to play and what to expect, that just kind of throws a wild card in there. So those people that know the base game are still trying to figure something out so that they're not just preying on the others. All right, so let's see here. 4 Dreamer cards, which these are Dreamer cards, and on the back is the Lords of yada yada, whatever those are. Yes, multiplayer game on one side, single player game on the other side. That's what they call it. But when you start the solo mode here, the Bogeymen single player variant, in setup, on the back of each Dreamer card is one of 4 Bogeyman cards, each with different special rules and a different challenge. Once you have set up your game, as on page 2, take an unused Dreamer card and flip it to its Bogeyman side. It will have the word Spooks in the top right corner. Then place that above your Dreamer card. It says Spooks up there. Did you see where it said Spooks right there? These are my Spooks. Okay, I believe I'm about ready to begin. And we've got the variant of Shadows of Envy over here, and a different thing to do for resting. Whenever you choose or are forced to rest, you must move 2 spooks from the bottom spooks row onto your Dreamer card. Put them in the row matching their face. Example, if they show a shadow face, they must go in your shadow row. These are not resolved, they are moved. So do not activate shadow effects. I will show you what that is in just a moment. Shadows of Envy. Yeah, I may as well flip back there to show you what that means. All right, so Shadows of Envy, what's back here? Okay. So this is the order of operations or order of resolution, right? So you begin when it's your turn. Here, let me start at the beginning. First, you choose a sleep track. These are sleep tracks. Each one has a different set of numbers, right? Well, you have to start on the white one, and when you get done with your turn, you can either, well, the way that it works in multiplayer is when you get done with your turn, okay, let me start over. What that means is you will pick 5 dreams out of the bag. when it's your turn, right? You pick 5 dreams out of the bag. You cannot pull out more than what you need. You can pull out less than, pull out another one. But you cannot pull out more than, because there's a rule about that and a punishment. All right, so on your turn, you take out that many, whichever track you start on. Yet, you have to put back 2, no matter what number you're on. Every one of those, when you draw out that number, you put back 2. So, I'm going to set this book down. Yeah, we'll just start this like this, and I'll show you the rules as I go. And maybe I might want to play another one after this, and then I can just not show you then. So that's not my roll, right? I haven't rolled them yet. What I want to do, well, I want to avoid the hunts, and hunts are only on red die. So I'm going to throw back the die. However, yellow has more chances for exhaustion, you see. These are all the possibilities on each die. Red can have 2 shadows, 1 or 2 power, 1 exhaustion, and 1 hunt. Or the dreams of imprisonment, the yellow ones, are 2 shadows, 1 powers, and 2 exhaustions, right? Green only has 1 exhaustion, but it's got 3 1 powers. And blue has more shadows, so you are more you're more prone to the Nightmare of Depths being the first nightmare to be activated. But you fill this up in a 1-player or a 2-player situation. Your shadows, as they get resolved, they'll be causing an effect. I still haven't read that yet. But once they do, then that's resolved. And 4 resolved shadows will activate that color of nightmare. When you do, you put the nightmare up there. And then that effect will be activated as well, right? So I'm going to throw back the 2 red. And so exhaustion is better than a hunt, because exhaustion will only cost you power. A hunt will just end the game. You just ended the game when you have a 4th hunt. And you get hunts from other things as well, but we're not there yet. Okay, so I've got these. Now, roll and resolve my stuff. All right, here, hang on. I'm going to put this over here. I've got to, no, I'm going to put that right up here. These are going to go someplace else. And then under that, there are 4 of these cards, and there are 5 of these, because 4 will be in play and 1 is for replacement. So I keep the other 2 like so, just because I like to see the art. This art up here, they're really just art prints that came in the box as like a bonus, but I'll show you that the text on each side of these is identical. It's just that the art is different. So I've flipped them so that you have more variations in art. But each one of these has 2 different types of art, and they're all visible up there. These are different. These are prone to be the very same ones. I believe they are all the very same ones that are in the prints. But yeah, grab this print over here. Nothing on the back, right? It's got a little bit of, I don't know what, schmutz, right? Yeah, Foxtail Games. Heck yeah. Nightmare of Envy by William Webb. Sorry. Lips get lazy sometimes. I don't like to do the things that I'm supposed to do with my lips when I'm talking. All right. So there's that. I'm going to bring this over here. This will be like this. And then I can roll over here. And you will be able to see me reach my hand in there and roll, right? Move it back a little too. Well, I don't want it that far. We'll do about like so. Okay. Good. These are rolled. We see what's in there. The order of operations is power first. So I take the power out, place it on the row. There's no resolving actions other than that. That's a shadow. And exhaustion. Order of operations or order of resolving. Resolvement. Anyway, after the power rows, you do hunt, exhaust, shadows. It goes from here all the way across. So I do exhaustion. There's not really anything else to do with that. It's once you get it full that you really do anything. And a shadow of imprisonment. Rotate one exhaustion to its shadow face. All right, so that's what's going to happen when I place this here. Now, I will open this and we will see. Shadow of imprisonment. If you have any exhaustion in your exhaust row, rotate any one to its shadow side. Do not move the dream, just rotate it. Okay, so we're just going to rotate that to its exhaustion. I'm sorry, I had to pick it up to rotate it. Now, why that makes a difference is because when you rest, by resting, you regain some control over your dreams. Return either one shadow or all exhaustion dreams on your dreamer card to the bag. Then end your turn. So what that does is really just separate the other exhaustion from this die. You see. So that you have to rest twice in order to empty that instead of resting once. But this also counts for these shadows as well, so you can keep them from getting or to where they activate the nightmare. But the thing is, when you rest, this goes back to the white diamond. If you choose to dream again, by pressing your luck, you gain further insights but begin to lose control. Increase your sleep marker by 1 step along the track. Do not switch sleep tracks. Okay, so you cannot switch sleep tracks. And once you choose a track throughout your whole entire session, you can't switch your sleep track. It has to be the same one. I like a lot of dice. So, all right. And each lord has, or lord of whatever, has a special instruction here. This one says the right spooks column begins exhaustion face up. So usually what spooks are is just a bunch of shadows. And then you have to pay your power to re-roll the shadows before they create the nightmares. Lord of Imprisonment specifically is the only one that has exhaustion in the right side. But I think this is a good one to start with. Maybe Lord of the Depths would be a good one to start with, because even though there are three columns of spooks, as you take them onto your dreamer card, you put 1 back in the bag, so you only really take 2 anyway. But all right, so then you get that. So now that I've done my 5 dice turn, I ended up like this, right? I turned that over. Good. I don't have any power that I can pay to re-roll. But when you pay to re-roll, you re-roll a block of adjacent die. So if I had a blue one right now, I could pay 1 blue power and put it back in the bag. When you do that for spooks, you have to put it back in the bag, unless instructed otherwise. But if I had blue, I would pay 1 blue power in the bag, and I could re-roll that whole block of 3 3 die. Whenever you remove dice, I'm sorry, those are dice because it's more than one. Whenever you remove dice from the spooks columns, you slide all of them down and you pull from the bottom. Okay. We've been over that. All right, so now I can, it's my, okay, we're going through the turn order, right? This here is the turn order anyway, as well. So we went through all that. Resolve dreams. Check for filled rows is number 4. None of the rows are filled yet because I've only rolled 3 dice. And then number 5 is draw again or end your turn. So if I want to increase the, where was it? If I want to press my luck and gain further insights, yet lose some control, I will bump this up to 7. So now I take 7 dice from the bag. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, what do I want to get rid of? Well, I've got a lot of imprisonment already, but, well, not a lot, but I have some already. I think I'm just going to get rid of the red ones again. Okay, 2 red ones back in the bag. Boop. And I roll those dreams. What I got? I got 1 power. Oh, man. Looks like a nightmare coming on. Maybe not yet. I can also pay these power to re-roll my rolls. But when I do that, the power doesn't go back in the bag. They go on the nightmare card. And when that nightmare card is activated, I can take that power. Okay. What do I want to re-roll? Well, I can only re-roll 2 of those dice. Alright, so I'm going to pay 1 to the Nightmare of Imprisonment. I'm sorry if I just bumped you with my knee. And re-roll this one here. It's a power. And the rule is when you re-roll, unresolved dreams or a resolution, check for filters. No, where was it? Re-rolling dreams. Hello. You may at any time spend a 1 power or 2 power from your power row to re-roll any number of unresolved dreams, matching that spent dream's color. Place the spent dream on the nightmare, matching its color, or back in the bag if that nightmare has been claimed by a player. Okay, so in solo mode, it's claimed by a player when it's activated. So yes, all right. So there's that. Back to the 1-player thing. Nightmares. Okay, so in the solo mode thing, I'm going to read this to you just to refresh my memory as well. Awakening nightmares. You cannot become a nightmare in single player. Instead, if 4 spaces of any shadow row are filled when you check for filled rows, return all dreams in that row to the bag. Then take the matching nightmare and place it above the Bogeyman card. That nightmare is considered to be awakened. During the draw and select dreams step of your turn, you may never return dreams of an awakened nightmare's color to the bag. even if this means returning fewer than 2 dreams. So once a nightmare is activated, every time you draw, when you put 2 back, you cannot put that color of the activated nightmare back in the bag. You have to put it on that card instead. The rest of that I kind of already went through. Okay, here's the thing about re-rolling in single player. Re-rolling spooks. The key to winning is to re-roll your spooks to get rid of them before they can be moved to your Dreamer card. To re-roll spooks, 1. Pick a color and spend a 1 power or 2 power of that color. 2. Pick up any number of spooks of that color so long as all those spooks are adjacent to each other. Okay, yeah, you can choose to not pick it up, but if you don't pick it up, then it doesn't get re-rolled. All right, 3. Roll all of the picked up spooks. Okay, you roll them. 4. Return any 1 power and 2 power rolled into the bag. And I think this is kind of the same order of resolvement, or order of re-roll resolvement as the re-rolling spooks, even though these are not spooks, they're dreams. Right? Okay, there we go. 1 power. Place any hunted or hunt, exhaustion, and shadow rolled back in the spooks rows, filling the gaps from the bottom to top and keeping them on the face that they rolled. Yeah, okay, so then it's anything else, and that's kind of what I'm going by. All right, so that was that. I can pay 1 envy, 1 power of envy to reroll this one. Kind of working for the future already. Oh, and I got another one. You cannot be serious. All right. Look at that did. But I'll get that back if that becomes a nightmare anyway, so. Oh, wait. Yes, you have to resolve them. I'll have to resolve them from top to bottom. Oop. Put that back in here. Depths first. All right. The Shadow of the Depths. Draw 1 random dream from the bag, roll it, and add it to your unresolved dreams. If it is not a shadow, you must resolve it before any others. If it is not a shadow, you must resolve it before any others. I got a red one. It was not a shadow. I have to resolve it before any others. I'll be damned if it didn't just stick me with a hunt. I do all I can to keep that from happening. All right. Next is green. Reroll 1 dream, next player's choice, which is actually going to be my first power, but I'll tell you about that in a moment. All right, so the original Shadow of Envy says the next player in turn order selects any 1 dream on your Dreamer card except for a Shadow of Envy. You must re-roll that dream and add it to your unresolved dreams. If it is not a shadow, you must resolve it before any others. However, for the single player variant, says Shadows of Envy, since there is no next player when you resolve a Shadow of Envy, you must instead re-roll the first dream in your power row. The first dream in your power row, which will be that yellow one right there. I have 1 to do. So I must re-roll this. Became exhaustion. Cannot be friggin' serious. Thank you very much. And then comes the red. Red Shadow activated. Shadow of Primeval Fear. You may take 1 shadow of any color on your Dreamer card and move it to your hunt row. Do not rotate the dream, just move it. Well, I don't believe I need to do that right now. I think I'm good. So there, I'm out of power. So I'm one step closer to not winning the game. All right. So, of course, I want to kick it up a notch because I'll be damned if I take too many spooks. Kick it up to 9. Oh, and I will read to you the punishment rule. Here, hang on. The worst case rule. Where did that come up? They came up somewhere else before you get there. No, I guess I don't know. The worst case rule. If you ever draw or roll more dreams than you are allowed to, the next player in turn order may select the excess which are to be returned to the bag. Then you must re-roll the dreams. If you ever return more than 2 dreams to the bag, the next player in turn order may pick dreams of any color out of the bag to replace them. If you return a dream to the bag, you cannot change your mind and take it back out again. So in other words, if you're trying to cheat, you're going to get fucked up by other players. So that's really what that's for. All right. 9. Here we are, kicking it up a notch. There's nobody else here to really punish me, but let me see. I'll grab a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, what do I want to keep? Well, I should really rest. Why did I do that? I should really rest and let that exhaustion go. Look at me. I put more than 2 dice back in the bag. Nobody here to punish me. Sorry, you guys. This is me, and I'm having fun, and I want to make this easy as hell. So I'm going to rest. And in order to rest, what you do is it's one or the other because it was turned into a shadow. So I've got to get rid of the exhaustion first. No, I want to get rid of the shadow first. Then that's still exhaustion. It'll be the right way next time. All right. Let me get rid of that shadow first. It's back in the bag. And every time I rest, I have to take both of these. Resolve them. Or no, do not resolve them. You just move them. So I don't get the effect because it's being moved, not resolved. And this one will go here, I guess. So that, and then you move that back to here. Great. These get moved down. All right. Now, in the single player mode, winning the game, you win, or to win, you must either collect 15 power, or after the last spook is moved to your dreamer card, you must have at least 2 power. When the last spook is moved to your dreamer card, you must have at least 2 power for each nightmare that is awakened. So, I've got to stay ahead of the nightmares. None of them have been awakened just yet. All right, and I want to take another rest already. But I have to take a turn, right? I hope it doesn't exhaust me. Okay, I'm drawing 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Freaking exhaustion again. Oh, why don't I dump the yellows? going to dump the yellows. So I've got 3 left. Okay, I got 1 power, so that's cool, but hey, look at that. I can re-roll those, and that might give me more power. Prevent some bullshit. But there's nothing I can do about these. I gotta just take them. I didn't get exhausted, so that's cool. Okay. Shadow of Imprisonment. Rotate 1 exhaustion to its shadow face. So then it's back. Shadow. All them shadows fuck with you all the damn time. Then that, and it says you may move 1 shadow to a hunt space, and I would rather not do that. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, I've got time. I've got spooks left. I want to say, why don't I re-roll those? I'm going to pay my 1 power to re-roll spooks. Spook power goes back in the bag, but I'm going to re-roll all, oops, bump that, all 3 of those. One power. And when I re-roll spooks, they go back into the bag, or power goes back into the bag. Right? Re-rolling spooks. Roll all of the picked up spooks. Return any power rolled to the bag. Place those things back in the spooks rows, filling the gaps from the bottom to top and keeping them on the face that they rolled. Yes. So those were spooks. That power goes back in the bag. These go back over here. Becoming just exactly what I was trying to prevent, but I got 1 re-rolled anyway, and then everything slides down. There, I did that. I think I want to take another rest. I'm sorry, but it's time. I'm going to throw the shadow back again. And I have to take these. Go there and here, but it doesn't get resolved because it is a spook, and then everything slides down. Okay, that was my rest. Now I need to take another turn, which is going to be 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5? I think that's 5. That's 4. 5. Blue 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do I want to put back in the bag? Well, I've got to put that yellow back in the bag. And a blue. Which... less of a chance on those blue ones for it to turn over to exhaustion. But that's more of a chance of a shadow. I don't know why I didn't think of that in the first place. Alright. Oh, there's 1. Nice. Got some more power. Okay. Power. Power. Shadow. Don't want to reroll that. If I pay my power to reroll it, there's a high chance that it's going to be a shadow again. Why don't I just take that shadow and then draw and roll one dream, which is a red one. Uh-oh. Is it? It's going to stick me with another hunt? That's how that happened last time. No, it's a shadow. And you may move one shadow to a hunt space. I don't really want to be honest. Let's see what happens if I don't. Right? Okay, so that was my turn again, my first turn on my sleep track. Do I want to press my luck? I say I should. Well, I may as well. Because the more I rest, the more shadows I'm going to get. No, I need to clear my exhaustion. I need to at least clear my exhaustion. So I think before I end my turn, I would like to reroll those green spooks. I'm going to pay this 1 power to reroll spooks. This block right here of green spooks. Oh, nice. And they became power, and they go back in the bag. Right? Well, it won't be that, I guess. All right, they'll slide down. But I haven't taken my rest yet. That's just kind of the way that works. All right, and then it's just going to be that anyway. So I'll take my rest, which will be to clear my exhaustion, and then take the first 2 spooks. Which is going to be this first, but I don't have to resolve it. Ta-da! Nightmare activated. 1 more of those. All right. Nightmare of Primeval Fear has been activated. I've never played with this one before. Stop. Sorry, that was Google Assistant with my alarm. When any dreamer would resolve a shadow or hunt of Primeval Fear, move it to your card as 1 power. Then you may move a shadow on their card to a hunt space on their card. So that's what the Nightmare does. In a multiplayer game, dreamers become nightmares. And then it's a player that's being the nightmare, terrorizing the dreamers. All right. So, when any dreamer would resolve a shadow or a hunt of Primeval Fear, which is red, move it to your card as 1 power. Then you may move a shadow on their card to a hunt space on their card. So I guess I have to choose, but okay. So there's that. And these go back in the bag, right? I think they do when I activate a nightmare. Awakening nightmares. You cannot become a nightmare. Instead of if 4 spaces of any shadow roll are filled, if I can friggin' talk, when you check for filled rows, return all dreams in that row to the bag. Yes, to the bag. Then take the matching nightmare and place it above the Bogeyman card. I did that backwards, but that's fine. So back in the bag those go. Good. All right. Now, these slide down. And that was my rest. So now I start another track. 5 dreams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh shit. Put that one back in there. All right, now I get to choose 5, or choose 2 to throw back, right? All right, keep the greens. I definitely want to toss the yellow and the blue. Toss the yellow and the blue. The red, if I have to resolve it, a shadow or a hunt will go on the Primeval of Fear, or Nightmare of Primeval Fear. Yeah. Okay, so the thing about nightmares in single player mode is you don't put all dreams of that color on the card, right? That's only when you become a nightmare that happens. Instead of 4 spaces of any shadow or filled, return all dreams in that row to the bag, then take the matching nightmare and place it above the Bogeyman card. The nightmare is considered to be awakened during the draw and select dreams step of your turn. You may never return. Oh no, that was the single player that's like that. You may never return dreams of an awakened nightmare's color to the bag. Oh, okay, right. What did I just throw back? I don't think it was red. It wasn't red. It's if I would throw it back when I draw. That's when it goes on there, right? It's not when I resolve. But since that one says when I resolve, if it is a shadow or a hunt, that's when it consumes it as power. All right. Let's hope I don't get one of those. I don't know what that means. Well, it's just consuming power, right? So then I don't get my rolls. There's 1 power. Good. It's a shadow. Any dreamer would resolve a shadow. Well, I'm not there yet. All right, we'll put the exhaustion on. Okay, when any dreamer would resolve a shadow or hunt of Primeval Fear, move it to your card as a power. Then you may move a shadow on their card to a hunt space on their card. Well, if I was a nightmare, now listen here. Here I am playing this game the way that it would be. If I was a nightmare, I would want to take that green one. Move a shadow to a hunt space. Bam. That's your nightmare. All right. Bam, I did that. Okay. I am so ready for exhaustion. I'm ready for a rest. If I pay that power, I don't want to pay that power. I need a red one. Pretty bad. But I'll be fine with that. Yeah, I'm gonna have a rest because I've got 2 exhaustion already, and it's gonna give me another one. That's the thing about Lord of Imprisonment, is it cuts my turn short. Okay, so 1. That's gonna go here. That's gonna go here because it bumps me up for exhaustion already. Then these slide down. I've got to have 2 power per nightmare when all those spooks are gone. All right, and that was a rest, so I'm back to 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, why don't I keep the greens? Surely 3 greens aren't going to turn out to be all shadows. Yeah, they probably will when I think they won't. But when I would throw that back to the bag, I'll put it up here. That's a, what is that? Oops. Put that on the 2 side. No, because then it counts as power. Just call it something else. Call it. That's a roll. Or that's a discard is what that is. Right, and then this one goes back in the bag. So we got 3 greens. Ready to roll them? Here we go. Ugh, my God. I am exhausted already. All right, that happens when I check for filled rows. So that's not this phase of the turn just yet. All right, reroll 1 dream of next player's choice, which is reroll the first power, right? Shadows of Envy. Since there is no next player, when you resolve a Shadow of Envy, you must instead reroll the first dream in your power row. Which is incidentally going to reroll that goddamn thing. Give me power. It's power anyway. Good. And it's rerolled. Which means re-resolved. No, it goes with unresolved. Right? Yeah, it goes with unresolved, which means it stays there until I resolve the ones that I throw. Right? No, because that's still what phase I'm on anyway. Yeah. That's what phase I'm on anyway. All right. Bam. Okay, so dreams are resolved. Check for filled rows. Well, what do you know? There's 1 filled row, and when I check for filled rows and I'm exhausted, if you have 3 or more dreams in your exhaust row, you are exhausted. Draw 1 random dream from the bag, return it to the bag, along with all power in your power row that match its color. So draw 1. It's really only about color association. It's yellow. So when I throw yellow, all power that are yellow go back in the bag. But they don't have. I don't have any. So. And then after that, you cannot dream again while exhausted. You must rest and end your turn. However, you might still become a nightmare. Okay, I have to rest in order for that to go away. I cannot dream again while exhausted. So then I guess what that means is here's one more rest. I'm going to toss those back in. And take these. That is unfortunate because I really wanted to re-roll those, but I can't. Then these slide down. Gotta get some power. Well, I'm doing okay right now. I'm still in winning status. Right? Alright, so that was a rest. So I'm back to the beginning again. I'm doing 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, would you look at all that? Alright, I think what I'm going to do is toss the yellow and a green. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, may as well. I'll keep the chance here in green because it could become, there's more of a chance that it will become power. 2 power. I'm doing good now. And some exhaustion. Exhaust is what it is. Some exhaust. What do I want to do now? Well, I really just want to rest now because I'm good for power. Hell yeah, I want to rest again. Because now I know that I'm okay. Do that. Bring this down here. That there. And this slides down. Okay, so draw 5. Here, let me draw 5 dreams from the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look at all that yellow. Yo, I want to throw those back, I think. Huh. Yep, I'm going to throw those yellows back. So I've got that to roll. Okay, I've got 1 power. Oh, and 2 exhaust. Unless I re-roll 1. I think I'm going to pay this to re-roll this. It's a shadow. Okay. If it is not a shadow, that one has to go first. So it is a shadow. So this can go first. Then I do that. When I do, it's got the effect where I have to pull a dream and roll it. It's a shadow. Fucking shit. There's another shadow. And when you do that, rotate 1 exhaust to its shadow face. 1 exhaust to its shadow face. Okay. And I activated this nightmare, which means I get that power. Oh, you're supposed to throw those away first, right? When any dreamer rolls a shadow of the depths, move it to your card as a power. Then you may draw 2 dreams, return 1 to the bag, and the dreamer rolls the other. Shadow of the Depths. Or Shadow or Hunt of Primeval Fear. Did I miss something? I think I did. I think I might have thrown a red one back in the bag, maybe. You're not supposed to do that. So that's done, right? And then we clear these and activate that one as well, which means I get that power, boom, and that comes up here. What does that say? It says, when any dreamer would resolve a shadow or exhaust of imprisonment, move it to your card as power. Then you may move a shadow on their card. I think that's supposed to be on my card. No, because the stuff that says their card would be backwards. This has got to be for the nightmare. When any dreamer would resolve a shadow or exhaust of imprisonment, move it to your nightmare card as one power. Then you may move a shadow on their card to an exhaust space on their card. Okay, so that's activated too. Okay, I just did 5, right? I did my... Yeah, I think I did my first thing, or first phase of the sleep track. So now I may as well just bump it up. No, I don't want to bump it up. I might just want to rest. No, yes. Yeah, I can. I may as well rest. I'm going to win anyway. At this point, as long as green doesn't get turned on. All right, so I will get rid of the shadow in the exhaust for my rest, and then I take that to my card. Ta-da! I've got 2 power for each nightmare activated. So I won. Awesome! Isn't that a great game, you guys? That's so fun. That's pretty quick. How long did it take? My video is at 1 hour and 2 minutes, so it's probably about an hour long. All right, so I'm going to restart this whole thing. I'm going to do a second session. I'll only do it one-handed, though, because my light over here is up in my face. I've got to reach underneath it. All right. Keep that there. That kind of makes a lot happen. What if I tone it down? What if I do the smallest one? I'm going to start there. These have to go back over here. Oh, and I missed a die. I missed a dream. Okay. Start with 3. 1, 2, 3. I want to put back a blue one. And a yellow one. No. I want to put back the blue ones because exhaustion is much easier to take. No. No, I don't know. I don't know if it's easier to take or not. But that's what I did. I put those back. Roll my yellow. All right. I am a little bit exhausted from that dream. Okay. Then... Oh, I was supposed to populate spooks. Damn it. All right. I'm sorry, you guys. Should I keep that there? Just populate spooks anyway? Yeah, let's do that. 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 Goes there. Sorry, that's set up. I should probably do a different... Different Lord. Let's do something different. Do the one of Primeval Fear. So the thing with the Lady of Primeval Fear is when you resolve a hunt, you may return any 2 spooks to the bag. So your hunts kill spooks. Lady of Envy says when you spend power to re-roll... Here, I'm sorry, this is not where you can see it. So that was this one here. Lady of Primeval Fear. When you resolve a hunt, you may return any 2 spooks to the bag. Over here it says hunt kills spooks. I'm not doing hard because it's hard enough already. Lady of Envy. When you spend power to re-roll unresolved dreams is when you just rolled them. Place that power at the top of the spooks row. The power you pay, instead of putting it on your nightmare card to re-roll, you put it at the top of the spooks row. You pay into the spooks in order to re-roll that same color. Lord of Imprisonment, we just did that. The right spooks column begins exhaust face up. Right hand spooks begin as exhaust. That's what that one was. And of course, there is a 4th one, which is Lord of the Depths. When you move the bottom row of spooks to your card, move 2 and return the other to the bag. It just kind of fucks with your chances, really, is all it does. And starves you for dreams. Because it's going to take all your dreams in the first place, and you have to, you don't have much chance. All right. Well, what should I do? This one's a little bit different. I kind of like that. I want to see how that plays out. Which means I need... That's one we just played, so I may as well put that there. Okay, so it was blue, red, blue, but I have to make it what it is here. These guys can go back up here. All right, now I'm back to populating spooks. It's going to be a little bit more populating, but it will also mess with the chances of where these fall next to each other, adjacently, so that when you pay to re-roll them, it'll be a different set of chunkage. It would be all mixed up by the second row. And just continue to get more and more mixed up. And green shadow. Look at all those shadows looking at you. Isn't this a wonderful game? This is so fun. I love this. Lord of the Depths makes for much setup for little play, especially when I'm burning the candle at both ends, right? And I wonder if I use my, oops, that goes over here. Use my chair here. I think if I sit down, I might have a better time populating spooks. All right, I feel a little bit better about this already. Thank you. Very good. I could maybe move this like so and get closer to that, or have more room to put my hand into that. There's that. That's a one of those. That's a one of them. That goes up right to there. And that's a one of them. That's it goes up right there. And one more spook. There you go. Did I spook you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you were spooked. I assure you, it was not my intention. Now, if I throw those in there. Yeah, okay, whatever. All right. So that was my first dream, right? I would like to dream again. Put that up, lose some control. I draw 5 from the bag. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5. Count it right? That is 5. Good. Oh, I don't know. Well, I want to prevent exhaustion. So I'm going to throw 2 in the bag. That's in my reach. That's within my reach. And I'm not going to activate a nightmare this turn, whereas I could become exhausted this turn. Boom. Can you see that? You don't see the whole thing. It is over here. Do you see it now? Let me slide these over so we can get in the camera more. I've got so much room over here that I'm not even using. I'm playing off the screen over here. But I kind of need to because it's the way this game is set up. I mean, I guess I could do it backwards and have all of these on this side of those cards. But my tripod is right here. So, yeah, it's kind of in the way. All right, so anyway, I got some powers. I'm going to put my powers down here. All very powerful. And don't forget, exhaust can come from envy rather than imprisonment. All right, so there we are. I think it's time for me to take a rest. Don't you? Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, I could take a rest this turn. Oops, I'm sorry. Sorry. It just happened. What do I do? Oh shit. Are you there? We are. Not totally there. Hang on. What just happened to my tripod? Here we go. Alright. There. I'm sorry. Technical difficulties. I'm working too close to my tripod and it's been broken before and it's just kind of sitting where it needs to be instead of being fastened. So it's an old tripod. I'm sorry. I had it before college. All right. So yeah, now it's even harder to work over there in front of the tripod. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to do my rest. I will take the exhaust off of there. And I think I want to... I think I'll get rid of the yellow because all that's going to happen with the blue is I'm going to get a new dream to roll. The yellow, it's making my exhaust separated. So I'm going to return the other. When you have the bottom row of spooks in your card, move 2 and return the other to the bag. To the bag. I will take these. Oh, but you know what? It's not going to get resolved from there anyway because it's moved, not resolved, which means I should have kept the yellow instead of the blue, but I did not. So hindsight is 2020. Is it not, ladies and germs? Indeed it is. Okay. And there we were. That was my rest. And I go back to 3. Which means, here, let me... shake that up. Shake it up. 1, 2, 3. And I have yellows and green. Well, go back to the yellows. I'll take the green. Roll that. Oh, and it's power. Thank you so very much. That was what I was hoping for. Good. Time to... Should I bump it up or should I roll? Maybe I should re-roll some spook. I've got space. I've got time. Please allow me to pay that spook or pay that power. Reroll this block of spooks right here. Boom! They are spooks again. Suck my ass. So they went my power. Or I'm sorry, they're shadows again. And there went my power. All right. Good. Grand. Whatever. This is my dream. It's a whole thingy. 1, 2. Did I do 3? I just did 3, right? Yes. Yeah, I just did 3. So then, yes, I want to bump it up. I want to lose control. 1, 2. Music makes you lose control. 5. I'm going to throw back 2 yellows. Those. This one is also exhaust. Suck my ass again. Here, let's fill up the exhaust row so that we can turn one over and make it a shadow. Bam. Suck my ass again. All right, so there's that. Well, I think it's time for a rest. Fortunately, I'm going to have to get rid of that one shadow. So I kick that back to the beginning, but I take 2 of those, throw 1 back in the bag. I think I throw a blue one back in the bag. All right, that was my rest. Rest over. Now I start with 3. Yeah, let me shake it up again. Oh shit! You can't be serious. I think that was just 1. Other than that, got them. They're back in there. I don't see anything else here. No, we're good. All right, so be careful with your bag. 1, 2, 3. They're all yellow. So I guess we're gonna toss 2 yellows back in there, and I've got 1 to roll. That's a shadow. Suck my ass again. Damn it. All right. There's that. I think I can kick it up 1. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to get rid of the yellows. So we got 2 power, 1 green shadow. Shadow of Envy. Reroll 1 dream, next player's choice, which ends up being the first power in your power row. Reroll it. It's exhaust now. However, if it is not a shadow, you must resolve it before any others. Well, I guess it doesn't matter anyway, but you are supposed to resolve that right now and not wait. Pardon me. Sorry. All right. So there. Okay. There we are. I think I need to hit a snooze. I'm going to take a snooze. I'm going to toss that one back in there. I'm going to choose the blues to go back in the bag. I will take these. Green, reroll 1 dream. First dream, the power row gets rerolled. It's exhaust. This comes down here. You may move 1 shadow to a hunted space or a hunt space. Should I do that? I think I will. I'm going to put this one over there. Oop. Okay, and that was my rest. now I'm back to 3. Then I have to take a turn, right? 1, 2, 3. I want to throw back 1 red and 1 yellow. So then I'll roll this red one. Hunt! Oh, man. Swallow that, Don Jory. Alright. So there went that. I think I'm ready for another rest. What do you think? Time for another rest. Good night. I throw the red one back. Take these. Oh, but you know what? When they come from there, you don't resolve them. I forget. So there's another one I'm getting better at. I'm learning. I think I'm going to end up doing pretty good. Maybe. Maybe not. Because I've got 2 nightmares that are about to activate. Okay. So that was my rest. No. I just rolled 1, right? So now I bump it up a notch. On 5. So I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. I'll get rid of 1 green and 1 blue. Okay, I got 1 power. Unfortunately, I got 1 hunt. Yeah, that does go that part in the turn. And then I've got one of these. Got a Shadow of Envy, or Shadow of Depth. And that means I got to draw a dream and roll it. And it's a friggin' shadow. Shadow of Envy. Reroll 1 dream. Reroll this dream. It's another shadow. It is another shadow. What happens when I have too many shadows? What if I resolve a dream, but there's no space left in its row? Rows are there to indicate when they are full, but they can be overfilled. Continue to resolve dreams as normal and put excess resolved dreams next to their row. Ooh, dream. Oh. Okay. Put it next to their row. Now, when activating nightmares, you may resolve rolled shadows in any order. Each time you do, place it in the shadow row matching its color. Then you must resolve their listed shadow effect. See below. If a row is full, place any additional dreams of that symbol adjacent to that space. Continue to apply shadow effects. The fourth space in the shadow rows is only used in a two-player game. Right, okay. So when you check for filled rows, after resolving all rolled dreams, check to see if any rows on your dreamer card are filled in the following order. Shadow row. If you have 3 or more dreams in any shadow row, or 4 or more in a 1 or 2 player game, you become a nightmare. You always become a nightmare of the shadow color of the color matching your most filled shadow row. If there is a tie, you may choose between tied colors. Return all dreams on your dreamer card except for 1 and 2 shadows to the bag. What? Well, this is for the 2-player game, but it does say after you, okay, if you have 3 or more dreams in any shadow row, you become a nightmare. You always become a nightmare of the color matching your most filled shadow row. If there's a tie, you may choose between tied colors. Return all dreams on your dreamer card except for 1 and 2 power to the bag. Place the matching nightmare card over your shadow rows. But this is for 2-player. Take all 1 and 2 power on that card and add them to your power row. Then end your turn. In future turns, you play as Nightmare. Well, first of all, because I just put that green one on there, green shadow, that shadow of envy on there, I'm going to have to re-roll this, right? So I put that one on and had to re-roll the first one and got another one of those. So I'm re-rolling this and might even possibly get another one again. Thank you. Okay, so that's done. It says clear your card. Okay, in the single player variant, under Awakening Nightmares, says you cannot become a nightmare. Instead, if 4 spaces of any shadow row are filled, when you check for filled rows, return all dreams in that row to the bag. Then take the matching nightmare and place it above the Bogeyman card. All dreams in that row. That's all 5 of them. I get the green one. Envy has been activated. And Nightmare of Envy says, when any dreamer would resolve a shadow or exhaust of envy, remove it or move it to your card as 1 power. Then you may choose. Either the dreamer re-rolls any 2 dreams of their choice, and you take any 1 power and 2 power rolled, or the dreamer re-rolls 1 dream of your choice. Well, all right. You're on 5. That's activated. Okay. Well, I can't really re-roll anything right now. I mean, I can, but well, I can re-roll the green. But I've got to keep 2 power on there. I think I would like to bump it up. I've got room for exhaustion. Bump it up to 7. Seven dreams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will put back. I'd say put 1 blue, 1 yellow. I think is what I want to do. Well, yeah, blue, 1 yellow. Green would have to go on that Nightmare of Envy card, but what is your policy on? There went 1. What is your policy on fucking around with the dice when you're supposed to be rolling them? Okay, power first. You get what you need. Oh yeah. There's that. We have 1 exhaust. I'll be damned if I didn't activate. No. I'm going to pay 1 power to the Nightmare of the Depths to reroll this. Hopefully not have a shadow. One power. Bang. Awesome. And now I am forced to rest. One yellow, 1 blue. Well, I will take that off of there. No. No, I'm not going to take that off there. Let that be there. I'm going to take one of these off of there. One of the blue ones. Those are more apt. All right. There's that, and then I will take 2 of that row. Which one do I want to take? I'll throw the blue one into the bag. I've got 1 red, 1 green. Then they all slide down. Zzz, psh. And that sets me back at the beginning to 3. All right. And then we dream. Continue dreaming, please, by all means. Commence the dreaming. Well, what do I want to keep? I want to keep the green one. It became power. Bump it up. I've got power to pay for rerolls. Bump it up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw back 2. I want to keep the green one anyway. Throw back 2 yellow, I'd say. Okay, got some power. Good. Good on power. I have 1 exhaust. Oh, heck. I'll take it. I will take it, and I will pay. Well, I will pay 1 red power to the bag to reroll this red spook right here. You betcha. That makes that exhaust. I will also pay 1 yellow. This one. Guess it doesn't make that much of a difference. Pay 1 yellow back into the bag to reroll this spook. And it's a power. Which means that goes back in the bag. No, it goes back in there when I reroll spooks. Right? No. No, it goes back in the bag. But all that moves down. Which means if I had waited to reroll red until now, I would have been able to reroll all of them together. But I cannot at this time. Would you look at that red spook that's about to turn on my nightmare? I cannot even believe that. All right, whatever. All right, that's cool. Let us... If it's going to anyway... No, because I could turn on 2 different nightmares instead of just 1 if I push it too far. All right, I'll take a rest. And I'm going to get rid of my exhaust. Got to get rid of my exhaust. But, you know, I could probably even choose to return that spook to the bag. This one goes here. You don't even resolve it. This one goes there, and those slide down. Boosh, 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 boosh. Okay, I guess I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. And I rested. So there we are. Very good. All right, so then we start again with 3. This is another sleep. We're sleeping again. Because every time we sleep, right? Pick 3. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Let's throw back 2. But I cannot throw back green. They go on this guy when I would throw them back. There's our green shadow. Shadow of Envy. There it is. I re-roll this. It's another shadow. Which means I re-roll this. Damn it. Okay. That's fine, I guess. But bam, I just lost the game. I lost. You cannot activate it a second time. That's one thing that loses the game for you. So in the regular multiplayer instructions, it says at the end of the game, the winner is the player, nightmare or dreamer, with the most power, signified by the 1 and 2 dream or power dreams. And it also says at the end of the multiplayer instructions, it says ending the game. At the end of any player's turn, if any player, nightmare or dreamer, has 15 or more power, signified by the 1 and 2 power symbols, then every other dreamer or every other remaining dreamer player takes a final turn before the game ends. At the end of the game, the player, nightmare or dreamer, with the most power wins. Either they have escaped the dream world, or they have become the most powerful nightmare and consumed all of the others. If there are ever no dreamers remaining, the game ends immediately, and the nightmare with the most power wins. If there are ever no dreams left in the bag, the current player finishes their turn, rolling and resolving all remaining dreams, and then the player with the most power wins. In the event of a tie, the tied players pick up and roll all of their power dreams. They keep any power rolled and return the rest to the bag. Continue until one of the tied players has more than the other, and so wins the game. And shadows. In multiplayer under shadow, it says you may resolve rolled shadows in any order. Each time you do, place it in the shadow row matching its color. Then you must resolve their listed shadow effect. Note, if a row is full, place any additional dreams of that symbol adjacent to that space. Continue to apply shadow effects. The fourth space in the shadow row is only used in a 2-player game or a 1-player game. Then there are all the effects. Where was that? There is some place that says that you cannot activate a nightmare a second time. I remember reading it. I just don't know where it was. Where was it? Oh, yeah, it's under a single-player variant under Awakening Nightmares, of course. You cannot become a nightmare. Instead, if 4 spaces of any shadow row are filled, when you check for filled rows, return all dreams in that row to the bag, then take the matching nightmare and place it above the Bogeyman card. That nightmare is considered to be awakened. During the draw and select dreams step of your turn, you may never return dreams of an awakened nightmare's color to the bag, even if this means returning fewer than 2 dreams. If the matching nightmare has already awakened, you lose the game. If the matching nightmare has already awakened, you lose the game. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I won one game and I lost one game. So there. And I don't believe I'm in for another hour. So thank you for watching. This has been Lucidity, the single-player variant. It's a little bit different when you play multiplayer, but I am my only friend right now. Just kidding. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys join me again sometime. All righty. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.